Not kidding, because this is finna...
Yeah, because that's one of the key things in the writer's strike.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons right there is because of the mini rooms that they have. And they're trying to make sure that, one, they don't do that. And two, it gives future writers a chance to work. Mm. So that they've said
it is
many
going
times,
to impact that industry significantly. That marketing,
any writing, content creation.
Yeah, man, it's wild.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like every piece of content that I write is all AI.
Yeah, I'm ChatGPT all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then so if you pay for 4,
right?
So if you pay for Plus, it's like you unlocked a whole new dimension.
I know, and I'm still using the 2021 data set. Mm-hmm. But like I load, like I'll take articles and load them in so it can analyze them, and then I can use that. It's wild.
Get Plus. Get Plus.
I've been thinking about it.
You get 4 options. You can use the new 4 algorithm, which is mind blowing, beyond 3.5, and then it also has a version that has 3.5 plus the internet data set.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Everybody, welcome back to Wild Black Behind the Scenes.
Welcome back, party people. We're talking about AI.
Man.
Look, today's episode, people, is going to be a really cool one, a different one. We're not going to be talking about AI like you just heard, because I am going to start the interview with the AI conversation. Let them get something a little bit different. They be like, what is happening?
What is this? That's what we're talking about tonight.
And it is not related to the... Actually, it is kind of... It's a little bit related.
Okay.
You're going to weave it in there? Let's see.
I don't know how we do that. I mean,
we brought it in with the writer's strike and everything that's happening. Yeah. So, yes.
They better strike now versus 2 years from now.
Well, comparing the writer's strike back then to now, I know it's just kind of early.
Yeah.
They gonna hold out.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very interesting because SAGs are getting into negotiation. The DGA is getting ready to do their negotiations, and somebody else is all of our contracts are about to be up.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Let me tell the folks what we're talking about today. Everybody, today we are talking about Hollywood, the industry, child stars, what they've gone through, how they survive, how some of them don't survive, the way that people in the industry see them versus the way we consume them on an everyday basis, how you as a parent or you as an interested young adult or child can break into the industry the safe and the right way. We got a bunch to talk about today, and as you can see, it's already in progress. But we've got an amazing guest to kind of walk us through this experience today. But before I tell you who she is, I want you to just think back to some of your childhood. Some of y'all super old, and you might not know what we're talking about.
Aww.
Some of them old, but that's okay. I think I'm 47. I think I qualify as super old, or at least close to it, don't I? Is that
No, that's young.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's middle. I guess it's middle. That's not even middle age, I don't think. I would consider that young.
Well, I don't know. What's the average life expectancy for a black man right now?
I think 86.
Word?
I'm middle aged.
Yeah. That's
heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking in itself.
Yeah.
Dang, that's heartbreaking.
Well, damn, 86, that's a good run.
I don't know, bro.
Y'all want more than that?
Bro, 86, that ain't but a few years away from me.
That's a hell of a lot of years away from you. That's a long time. That's a whole nother half a lifetime right there.
Yeah.
If I get past 86, man, that's the bonus round, baby. I'm in overtime.
Hey, bro, you living your life too hard. If you shooting for 86 and out,
I will take 86.
Come on, at least 90. A couple more years on a little sprinkle of light to it.
I'm good.
86 is fine. 90 is cool. That's a bonus.
But you don't want to be 95?
I don't know.
The fact that he's thinking about that for me.
No, that's too... that's too... Like, so when you get into those really, really elderly years, like shit starts to fail.
Well, I don't know because...
I'm failing right now.
My great-grand lived to see 94.
Really fully functioning, driving?
Yep.
Mine lived to right at 95. Fully functioning.
Oh, that's nice.
Cursing people out.
Still getting up, cooking every morning, going shopping. She
that's beautiful.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's bonus round. I call that bonus round.
And then her sister died in her sleep peacefully at 95. So they,
that's nice.
the women, they get up there.
86, they were still in the club. See, look at the life you're going to miss out.
95.
No, I'm fine.
She was kissing 100. She was up there with Cicely Tyson. No, man.
Sister was 100 she died at 172. I think 173. Something like that. Something like that.
No, she died at like 98. She was the same age as Betty White.
Yeah,
check it out. So the average life expectancy for a black male is actually 77.
That's it.
That's sad.
Because I was like, wait a minute,
I'm past middle age.
Dude, yeah, you. Woo.
Oh shit, we went back to that.
You in the fourth quarter?
I got to start my memoir.
Right.
Bro, we have not even told him who's on the show today.
Right. We didn't move into a whole different space. This is the second time we've deviated from the top. We did try to weave it in, didn't we? Oh my God. That's how dynamic you are right there.
I'm so
wow.
She came in and just changed the whole vibe in the space.
Yes.
Got us all throw it off.
But y'all got some tips, though, in the game of life. Y'all know, yes.
True story. Folks, we got Giovanni Samuels with us today, and I'm sure you know that name, and I'm sure you know one of her claims to fame, which is the Nickelodeon show, All That. It is something that I saw in my household quite a bit between myself and then between how many seasons was that show? Because it was a bunch of seasons, wasn't it?
They ended on 11 seasons.
Yeah, that was really
that's a
and
run.
I did seasons 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. Tell them a little bit more about yourself. What else have you done? Where will they know you from? And why should they listen to what we're about to talk about today?
Okay, well, hi. I'm Giovanni Samuels. You might know me from my stuff on Nickelodeon, All That, Fatherhood. That was a cartoon I did with Bill Cosby. And on the Disney side, I did That's So Raven's, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
I was over there for a good long run. And then on the movie side, I did Freedom Riders and Bring It On and Harbinger Down. I'm forgetting some other things, but yes. So
we watched Freedom Riders at my house. I had my children watch it probably about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I didn't realize you were in it until that, because I watched it a long time ago.
Right.
And then when it came back, have you seen that movie before, bro?
I can't recall.
That's really, really, like...
It's a true story.
And it's a dope, like, it's the kind of movie you would really appreciate.
Dangerous Minds was based off of Freedom Riders.
Yeah.
Because Freedom Riders was the real story of Miss Gurrell. We all call her Miss G.
Okay.
And I'm still in contact with her to this day.
Really?
Yeah. During the pandemic, we all did like a anniversary Zoom situation because of everything that was happening in the pandemic. Freedom Riders started trending because there's a scene in there where it says, "I hate white people. I hate you." It went viral, and then people started rewatching the film, and it got like a second win, and they're like, why is this film still relevant today? And this is based off of a story that happened back in the 90s. Like it was a whole lot, but we still talk and yeah.
I think that's actually becoming even more relevant with the conversations we're having now about what we can teach, what we can say, what we can't say. Did you look it up, bro? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You should check it out. That would be a movie you would enjoy.
I feel like I've seen it, but I don't recall.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out again anyway.
And then it resurged again when Breonna Taylor happened.
I didn't know that.
That was the movie that her and her boyfriend were watching.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when it
happened, Miss G called us and some of the castmates, we all talked and was like, it's eerie and I want to do something, but we didn't know what we could do at the time. So we were just kind of waiting to see what happened. And then we ended up doing something later, but
I had no idea of that. Yeah. Ooh. Well, all right, you ready to give her some of the listeners? I am trying to stop cursing.
He is formally disclosed.
I am trying to stop cursing. Right now, my wife, my mother, my sister, every one of them just rolled their eyes, I'm sure. Everybody who knows me probably, because I tend to curse a bit. But I'm going to have to create an exception. God, forgive me. We got to get into this wild black shit. Is that in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Is that in the Bible?
We can go.
Am I cool?
We good. We good.
Okay.
We good.
Okay.
We Gucci.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a title. I mean, you ain't quite, you're not cursing.
I'm communicating.
We talking
I'm
about
reading.
wild black shit.
Yeah.
That's
the title. That don't count. You all right.
Yeah.
You
okay.
all right. You
I'm still in there.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to keep trying.
Let's
get into that wild black shit, bro.
Let's do it.
And you can rock with these or change them if you want to do some other ones.
Okay, no. I like them. So this is how it works.
Okay.
3 questions basically get you warmed up, but you already really warmed up. So this is going to be super simple, easy for you.
Okay.
But 2 questions, all you. 3rd question is kind of our signature question.
All right.
You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Savant?
Oh, did he answer you in French?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
He said we? We? That's what's up. All right. First question.
Yes, sir.
What phrase did your parents use on you that you either have or fully expect in the future to use on your own kiddos?
I've already said one, and that was, don't be coming in and out of my house.
Did you feel some kind of way when you said it?
I did. Immediately. I was like,
Like, where did that come from?
Who said that?
Girls.
Who said that?
But I've also said you smell like outside. But I tell that to everybody. So I don't know about that one.
That's where you got it from, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
it fully counts.
Right.
Yep.
It was like, I know what that means now.
Because you can't even smell that till you get to be a certain age. You don't even recognize that smell.
Yep.
You're like, But what's funny is outside don't smell like that.
Exactly.
That's what's crazy.
Correct.
But we fully recognize.
Yep. Well, like when you finish golfing, it's like, you smell like outside.
Yeah.
Do I? Outside don't smell like this.
This is, I don't know where this aroma
What is this?
emanates from and what geographical location
If outside was a person, it'd be pissed. Like, why are y'all putting that on me?
So
why am I in it?
Here's the follow-up question. Do white people smell like outside?
I was going to say something.
Dun, da, da, da.
I had a whole other thought. I'm going to let it ride.
I would almost guarantee you 99.5% of all of our listeners had the same response in their mind.
Never mind.
Okay, yeah, second question.
You ain't gonna get me caught up.
Right. They canceling people left and right. What are you trying to do to us?
Yeah, I was just,
I don't know what they smell like.
Interesting minds are curious about that question. But question two. Who is scarier?
Okay.
Let me give you 5 options.
Okay.
Grandma, after you take the plastic off her couch in the den and spill red Kool-Aid on it. Bingo.
Ooh.
Dad, after you eat the big pork chop. Auntie, when you accidentally poured out her special drink that is only for adults. Your grown cousin, whose special funny smelling medicine has gone missing at the family reunion. Mama, after she told you to get up for church 3 times and catches you still in the bed and about to make her late for service.
That's a tough choice.
Grandma, dad, auntie, cousin, mama. Everybody got this dynamic in their family, too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I'm going to deviate and say no.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't have a funny smelling cousin.
What?
My grandma didn't have plastic on her couch.
Where are you from?
I'm a pastor's kid, so we had to get up for church. And that wasn't an option.
It wasn't even it wasn't no late.
It ain't no late.
It was early.
And you was
very
there.
early.
And I was in the choir. So wait, it was
wait.
Okay, Auntie
accidentally poured out her special drink for adults.
What? I ain't have a drunk auntie. I ain't have a ghetto auntie. No. I am a unicorn.
You absolutely
are. With two horns.
I am a unicorn.
I wrote that, and I could see the person in my head that I was talking about.
I know each one. I got the whole.
So my mom is an artist. And so everything that I know, my Blackness, all of that is from her. My mom owned a store in San Diego called Unique Fashion Gallery where she would import stuff from Morocco, Egypt, and like everywhere. Kenya, Nairobi, like just tapestries and stuff. And it was a whole
you had
vibe.
a level of exposure
so
I did not have.
I don't have, like.
Okay, so here I'm gonna modify this.
Okay.
We imported catfish from the Delta.
Yes.
And chitlins from around the corner.
That was from his freshly slaughtered hog.
Look, I personally imported switches from the backyard, which upon receipt of, Grandma told into my tail.
Yeah, that was raw material transformed into a tool.
I was the raw material. When it was over, brother, I was the raw material. You hear me?
I've never had a switch.
What? Okay, wait. We gotta rewind. This is a strange wild black question right here.
What I'm thinking right now, we can turn out okay without all this. You are a unicorn. I didn't think it was possible.
You are. So, at the family reunion, what was odd or unique or that stands out?
What family reunion?
What? Y'all didn't have
family reunions?
Okay, wait. Before I get blasted, my stepdad, who I call dad, he had family reunions.
I feel there's a level of complication here. I feel it.
But after my mom and him got divorced, I didn't go anymore. So I only went to like 2, maybe 3, and that's when I was younger. But I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And then by then, I started working.
All right, it's official. You are now my cousin. I'm taking you to my next one. You need to see somebody's going to be drunk. Somebody's going to get into a fight. Somebody getting cursed out. Somebody bringing their girlfriend while their wife is at home. We'll get it for you.
I find those fascinating and humorous, and understandably so, and how it is relevant in the Black community. But I have not experienced it.
We got you covered.
Okay, wait. I got it. So I have to have another question.
Sure.
So your mom was a preacher's wife, right?
No. She was in the choir. My godparents, they are deep in ministry. So my godfather, he is like a bishop. And
so this is on the West Coast.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was gonna ask about like church hats.
Oh, I'm super Kojic all day. Church of God in Christ.
Okay.
I didn't know what she said. I thought she called us a bad name. I didn't know that.
So there's apostolic.
Yep, I'm familiar.
That's my godmother. She's like one of the head in deep like
in the church.
So like, it's corporations and things. Like she's in it. She up there.
Oh, she doesn't attend. She is there. She's part of the industry.
Not the industry.
The administration.
Right.
I got you.
She in there.
Yeah.
And my godfather, he's bishop. So Jesus.
Right.
Was
the reason.
For the season.
All of them.
Can you hear me? And then to make it matters worse, when I got to LA, Kirk Franklin was my youth pastor.
Your life is different from mine.
Wow.
Different from mine.
I am a unicorn.
You are. But I bet this is universal. This is the third question.
Okay.
What do you love most about life while Black?
That was a smooth transition too, brother. That was a real smooth transition. I think that game was a real smooth transition.
You know that we are monolithic. Like, man, we are any and everything because we are. We did it. We created it. We didn't have to create it because we are it. It just is. It's our essence, our being, any and everything that we do is wonderful.
True. I think that's universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I know I am not a normal Black girl. I like cartoons and I got on a Marvel shirt. I went to Comic-Con before it was cool. I loved theater. My 4th grade picture is me in a dashiki and a kufi. I had locks. I was the first child to get sister locks. That whole method and how it was done. And I wore them forever and ever, for pretty much all of my life. I was the 3rd person in Nickelodeon history to have natural hair. Locks.
Wow.
I bet that in itself
I'm
created some issues around there. Did they know how to handle it? Well, you had your own people, though, doing it, I'm assuming.
I was doing my hair.
Oh, word. How old were you?
When?
When you first got your sister locks and doing them yourself?
Oh, no. I was not doing that myself.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, you really are talented.
Right.
No, sir.
I said, how you do that?
No, I can't even braid my own hair if it wasn't for my sister. But yeah, like I know I'm different. I've always been different. I got my sister locks when I was 7. Yeah, and I begged my mom for 2 years prior because I didn't want my hair combed. I knew exactly what I wanted.
There's a big part of everything you just said that I want, like, my children and our future generations to be able to say. I mean, we laugh and we joke about the fact that you and I can look at that list and see an aunt and uncle, a grandmother. But there is something beautiful about thinking about a generation of people who don't have that at all. Like, they live in this beautiful space of just, I get to exist, and the things that are normalized should be normalized.
Right.
Like, drunk uncle is normalized in her family, and it probably shouldn't be. Medicated aunt, right?
Yeah. That's
a special medicine, and we know what it is today.
And I'm sure I have that somewhere, but I wasn't exposed to that. I didn't see that. I didn't grow up in that.
Yeah.
I grew up with famous artists as my aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
You know, because my mom created her own community.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that they were famous, world-renowned artists.
It was just your people.
Until later in life. And I like, oh, that's Uncle Albert. Who are you talking about? Albert Fennell? Yes, Uncle Albert.
But you had no idea who you were around.
Not a clue.
There's something beautiful about that.
It is.
So, I mean, you grow up thinking that exceptional is the norm.
Yes.
That's a beautiful thing. Actually, it kind of takes me to a place where we can jump into the interview, because you talk about being protected from all those things that so many of us were not protected from. And it gave you the ability to look at the world and see a different level of normal for Black folks, a different expectation of excellence, because that was what you were around and you did not see the other side of it. So when you think about being a child star, and we'll bounce around in this interview, but when you said that, it made me think, being a child star, one of the things you said during our pre-call was that the environment sometimes was not conducive to greatness. You didn't use those words, but it was the things that you saw in and around you, the influences and the opportunities to step the wrong direction that we see play out in so many other former child stars today.
Yeah.
How did that protection translate into that space and keep you grounded and guided and safe from all these other things that were gravitating around you?
My faith in my mother. My faith. I know we kind of joked earlier and said I'm a pastor's kid, but I have a very strong faith and belief in God.
Yeah.
Like, God's hand on my life is very evident and clear, and I have a full comprehension and understanding of it.
Yeah.
You know, how I even got my first job, all that, how I was protected from the industry, as we're talking about now. Like, I didn't have that, but because of my faith, I knew I needed to be in the world to help the world. You know, I saw my colleagues go in that path, but people knew, oh, Gio don't drink. Oh, she don't do that kind of stuff. Like, chill on, like, leave her alone. Like, that's how much my presence and my faith was known that...
Even at that young age?
Yeah. That they knew, oh, I was like, yeah, she cool. She can come hang out with us, but I don't think she's going to want to party. So...
Yeah.
And then because of that, people would come to me and be like, hey, can we talk? Can we have advice? I knew from a very early age that is my role in this business, is to help and be a light.
Wow. So I think listeners hearing that, their question is going to be, like, what were you being protected from, right? Because we see child stars on TV and we watch them shine and we watch the opulence that can surround them and we celebrate them as we are entertained and consume what they do. But then later in life, for some of them, when the real world, I don't even want to say catches up to them, but when the scripts are gone, the lights are out, and you're not primed and you're not ready for the camera, there are no lines to now say, and it's your world, and you've been impacted by all these things that we as the consumers never saw. What were those things that were the pits and were the downfalls and the things that you were protected from that everyone's now? What was happening?
Remember how you were when you were a teenager?
Lord, please don't tell my kids.
Okay, give that same teenager $100,000 every week.
Look at your face.
Are you gonna act right?
Nah,
not possible.
I didn't act right
without some level of control
in my pocket.
I mean, that's the disconnect that people don't
reach and resource.
Right. Like, if your teenage self with that kind of money, of course you're gonna wild out. Yeah. You're in a place where nobody gonna tell you no. I heard, I ain't gonna say no names.
Right.
This one actress was yelling at her mama saying, shut up, mom, I pay for your Botox. And she had to sit down.
There's a real power flip in that.
It is. Yeah. It's a huge power flip. When your kid,
which is strange.
When your kid makes your yearly salary in a week, or depending on what it is, yeah.
That's really something to think about, right? Because one side, it's really hard for me to fathom a world where my son or my daughter dictate my life.
But see, this is where I said my mama comes into play.
Yeah. She came with that firm hand. Lead.
It wasn't that. It was just like, this can easily be,
we can easily stop.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
That's all right.
I don't care if they're a PA or the valet. If they are older than you, you say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. You treat everybody with respect.
Yeah. Money does not trump respect.
No.
Yeah.
What kept the other parents from doing that?
I don't know.
That's
it's
character.
Also, character is one part of it, but when you ain't never had money and it just kind of happens on one end, or parents, their motives.
Right.
Like, if you're living vicariously through your child and you're being a stage parent or pushing them through it because you're getting the glory and whatever else. Look at my child, like those terrible toddlers and tiara things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you're that,
you get caught up in it.
You get caught up in it. And then you don't have a parent to parent your job first is to be a parent.
Yeah.
And you need to heal. And if you can't be a decent parent, especially in this industry, everybody's going to get screwed up. And then the kid ends up hating you and rebelling. And now they're 18, got their Krugen account. They're going to wild out.
Got their what account?
Krugen account.
What is that?
Krugen account is an account that is by law. They take 10, 15% of your check and put it into a trust that nobody can touch until you are 18. It was created by another child star. His last name was Krugen, and all of his money was stolen by his parents. I think he was like Eddie Monster or something from like the Monsters or whatever. Yeah. And all his money gone, blown. And he fought and got it in law that any child actor has to have that at all times until it's a trust.
But then you get it at 18.
You get it at 18.
If you haven't had guidance, you're still not ready for that
right.
kind of money. That's kind of scary.
So think, okay, you've worked, you got all this money, whether your parents blew it or you got it or whatever, and you still, pretty decent. And then at 18, you get this mondo check from that you've been, most child stars start when they're like 5, 6 years old to 18.
You've
and you're
been
doing
saving
10, 50% per check.
And you get complete access at 18.
Absolutely.
At 18.
At 18, that's what I'm saying. An 18-year-old with a ridiculous amount of money. Of course, the kid is gonna, what? I'm an adult and I'm rich? Of course, the kid is gonna wild out.
Here's the parallel to that. Like, the wife and I just finished setting up our trust, right? And my children won't be able to access it on their own till they're 35. Because I wanted them to grow up, get some life experience, fail, struggle, come back, and then hopefully by 35. And we had conversations about maybe making it at 40. Just probably a reflection on us, just to be honest. But still,
probably that's a good incentive. That's a great incentive for them 18? To like actually get it right. Yeah.
Yeah. The level of knowledge around just managing money.
Wow.
Ain't even there, generally. But wow. Yeah, that's...
I mean, and I'm talking about the like really ridiculous, huge child stars. There's
so they
levels
have like
to it.
Big money at 18.
Right, there's levels to it. So if you were a medium child star, or sub-notoriety, like you did some stuff here and there, and you still can bounce around flex. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
What kind of money were or are like the biggest of the big child stars making? What does that money look like?
I don't know. What? Huh? Who got that? You talking about somebody else? I ain't see them zeros. I'm sorry.
All right, so.
But okay, so.
She gonna ease into that one. She gonna ease into it.
Okay, so I'm basing this off of somebody that I know.
Right.
This was their checks.
Right.
So you get like $10,000 a week on an ABC, NBC show. That's like series regular.
Right.
Meaning you're there pretty much every episode and guaranteed for a season. So shows now or back then, it's 22 episodes per season.
Right.
In a good run of a show, you'll probably have like 4 or 5 seasons. So 4 times 22 is what?
I don't know. Do the math, brother.
2, 4, 6, 8.
So 22 seasons, 10,000, 200,000 a year.
Right. Times 5, 6. Yeah, 5, 6 seasons.
That's a milli.
Yeah, that's a milli. Okay? And that's just the base price. Now, that's
the practice squad money.
Right. So like that's if it's not
you're a child.
Right. So the little boy on 2.5 Men, he was making like almost 700,000. No, 70,000. Yeah. Because he was like really little, and he grew up and decided to leave because he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I believe in God. Yeah.
That's a lot of money, bro.
2.5 Men lasted for like 10
a long time.
seasons.
Yeah.
And each season.
I never saw one episode.
Right. And each season.
And these are kids.
Yeah, these are kids.
So
each season the money goes up. And if the show, and this is talking about if the show is on ABC, NBC, CBS, right? Each year the money goes up. Because just like a job.
Right.
You negotiate for more. And if it wins an award, you can jump up even more. If you win an award for the show,
There's today's price.
Right.
Not today's
so
price.
then it just keeps going up.
And from the age of 2, 4,
Right.
6,
So then that becomes
15%.
right. So that goes into your account.
That's a lot of. That can be a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It's a whole lot of money. That's why Frankie Muniz retired. He was like, I don't have to do this again.
Yeah,
Frankie Muniz was doing it. Right. If you remember the show.
You're right, because I don't know. I haven't seen him in a minute.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't want to. He's a NASCAR driver.
Is he?
Yes. Formula One, that he loves racing. That's what he does. If you see him on TV, he is talking about cars. Talking about, hey, yeah, on the 50th lap.
See, I think that
Makes
is
sense, though.
That's part of what happens that attracts people to it, like the idea of making that much money. But what is the flip side? What is the risk that they're running into?
As a child or as an adult?
Well, actually, for both, right? For the child who's now there making this kind of money, right, and for the parents who've never made that kind of money and who are now making it via their child. Like what?
Cool. Okay, so
this is interesting as hell to me. Hell's cool, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, hell is definitely
in the Bible.
Yeah,
hell is definitely
that's not a question.
That's a good one. That's you straight. You straight.
Damn hell, the basic one
Okay.
is a gimme.
Cool.
We said we established shit was cool too.
Okay.
So yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and anything in the title. Get him with a quote. Boop, boop.
Air quote.
I'm finna title all kind of stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I forgot the question.
The kid making money for the first time, parents making money for the first time.
The bad side.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
so
right.
the bad side, if you don't know taxes, if you don't know, if you don't have a money manager, if you don't just before the Coogan account, so all the money before the Coogan account, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have all that in order, you're going to be really messed up.
Oh, I could believe it.
Then there goes the aspect of, for the kid, do you like me for me or because I got money? Or
so I saw that come up a lot, like down the line later when there was some like mental issues in a couple of folks. It came from insecurities around, was it me or was it my craft? Was it me? Was it the money?
That is absolutely child star PTSD.
Yeah.
And I have that. I'm not going to fake the funk about it.
Gotcha.
I have social anxiety. I stay home. I am an introvert.
Gotcha.
Not because, I
but
don't
we think
like
you're dope.
people. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Like, I can be social. I can do that because that's my job.
Right.
So now that I'm an adult, I've learned how to detach the two.
Right.
Okay. I am mentally prepared to be this.
Right.
When I go outside, I am mentally prepared for somebody to randomly come up and grab me because they're excited to meet me and they recognize me. But I have to prepare myself to go out like that. I don't travel by myself. When I do work or whatnot, I always have somebody with me because I'm small. People like to pick me up.
That's a statement I've never said in my life.
You the person that like to pick people up.
my worries is if I fall, who can pick me up?
So I mean, you get a little nervous. You get a little nervous about that.
People really be picking you up, though.
I have been grabbed out of the urinal of a bathroom before. A fan was excited. A fan's parent at that.
You can't pee in peace.
No, I'm telling you, this is real.
That's wild.
I was in the bathroom.
That is an invasion of space if I've ever heard
Yes,
one.
I was
And they
about
just
to
like
walk.
bust in.
No,
like,
I was about to walk. I waited in line like everybody else.
At least you were not peeing at the moment they picked you up. 'Cause that would have been really.
that would have been
No.
like
I'd have peed on their knees.
I mean, I'm
Intentionally.
saying like.
I was just what is going on? Like, oh my God.
It was the dramatization he did.
Boosh.
He's an evil laugh too. Like,
Oh.
Okay, so I waited in line like everybody else. And I was about to walk into the stall and she was washing her hands and she saw me and she like got excited and was like, oh my God, grabbed my arm and was like, come meet my kid. And I'm like, lady, I have to pee. I waited like everybody else. Please let me go. So yeah, I'm trouble by myself.
That is wild.
That's wild.
Could you imagine somebody just coming grabbing you?
No, it would. You have to prepare yourself for
I gotta
that.
prepare myself for it.
Yeah, like I can't even imagine.
So that was like, I don't want to say at the height.
I would be on guard.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Why are you giving them a two-piece?
Yeah, because I don't know.
That would be
You
natural reaction
like,
for
I
me,
don't
though.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
But you can't react that way.
I can't react that way.
Because
it's a fan
You're
or
public.
a child or
right.
And so that was
recognized
like,
you.
right. And so, but it was a parent. So the parent was like,
parent really
him and
supposed to
out.
know better.
Yo, I was like, that freaked me out. So I was like, ma'am, I have to pee. I will gladly talk to your child. Like, she just got excited and it was like, she's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. She was really apologetic about it afterwards, but
she was just overwhelmed.
People get excited and
can't contain. They can't keep their composure.
I have had somebody grab my face. I have had somebody almost drive me off the side of the road. I have had...
What?
Yes.
You know what you need? I just saw it the other day. Have you seen this knee surgery where dudes are going in and you can get extensions in your knee?
Why would?
And you can be 6 inches taller?
I'm not doing that. Yes, I have.
I'm just trying to help you.
No.
I want you to pee in peace.
No. Because everybody in Hollywood is short, so I'm the perfect height for them.
Cool.
So no.
That's why I never made it. That's it. I knew it was a reason. I knew it was a reason.
And they can't pick you up.
Can't pick you up.
Man, I don't know nobody you can't pick up.
I can't help you. I can't pick you up.
You fall. It's just man down.
Man down.
It's gonna be a situation for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta be like, I forgot my whole question. There was a smooth segue too. Not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more.
Yep.
I don't know what it is.
And go.
All right, so we have talked about the good side and the bad side. But I think what's important now is for those parents and those children, you should not be listening, by the way. But for those parents and those children who should not be listening but might be anyway, if they're interested in getting into this space, how is it that you can help them? How do you protect them from the risk and the scam and the money pits and all that?
I teach.
Right.
I teach classes. I created my company, GS, Acting Workshops, for that very reason.
Okay.
So on my downtime, I would go and teach across the country to those little scammy companies, but I didn't know that they were scammy until like after the fact. And I was like...
So they were scamming on both sides.
Right. Yeah. And I was like, I can't have my name to this. Like, I can't. I've worked too hard for it.
But I would assume your name and likeness brought people to the table.
It did. A lot of people. And I couldn't do it anymore. So I started my own company and I teach classes. They're one-on-one classes. And I do it with a group of my other actor friends that have been in the business for a long time.
Right.
Gary Gray, he's my voiceover guy, and Jermaine Williams, he's my dramatic guy. And coincidentally enough, all three of us are child stars. We all grew up.
The Gary Gray name is familiar.
Gary Gray, he hates this, but he was in Bring It On With Me.
That name is familiar.
He was also on the Cosby Show. He was the twins, one of the twins. He was the baby. So that's how long he's been acting. And then Jermaine Williams, he played in The Jersey. He was in The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington. Like,
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. So,
what should parents expect? And what I mean by that is, we all get those emails or calls or even you get stopped in the mall. And,
so
what should it cost? What should it look like?
I'm gonna hip you to some game.
All right, hit me away.
Okay, so if anybody's telling you to pay any money to meet an agency or the potential to become, because they have to be very careful with the wording of it or whatnot. It's a scam. It's a scam.
Oh.
It's a scam. Yeah. Okay?
But that's news to somebody.
You do not pay anybody any money until they get you a job. And to ensure that this is a legitimate agent, you can go to SAG-AFTRA.org and see if they are registered.
You know, you got to spell that for folks.
SAG.
Somebody went to SAG-AFTRA. Like, after 7? Mm-mm.
Yes, AFTRA. AFTRA.
Right.
So that's SAG. SAG after I I'm not stupid. AGAFTAR .org, and you can see if their name comes up in the database as a legitimate agent. And an agency should not charge more than 10%. That is industry standard. If it is a modeling agency or manager, that is sometimes 15%. That's most of the time is 15% of your check.
Gotcha.
Yes, so that's how much they can get from you. But again, you don't pay them any money until they get you a job.
Right. So you don't pay money until you
work.
That you make money, or they just get you the job.
You make money.
Right. You make money, they make money.
Right. That's
like
how
a lawyer.
it goes. That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like a lawyer. And I guess the third freebie I could give out is classes are important. Please take acting classes.
So even before, you should start investing in yourself by taking these classes.
Taking classes. Please take classes. Your child might be entertaining at home, but not in front of me. Or anybody. Okay, that was very harsh. I'm sorry. No,
sometimes
serious.
real is harsh.
It's like you gotta be
I mean, look at Ebony K. Williams right now. She is in trouble.
I'm sure your kid is really funny, but it does not matter if they can't do it in front of somebody else on cue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm sure your child is funny because they know you, but not every child is built, have the mental capacity to perform at will. Like that and be okay. You have to be built different. I am a musical theater kid. That's all I did. That's all I wanted to do. I was very clear to my mom at like 3. I was like, Mommy, I want to be in the box. I want to do that.
You've always known.
I've always known. But that's the difference. Kids,
What about voiceover work, right? Because that's this new thing. Not that voiceover work is new, but I'm starting to see a lot more people talk about it. I'm starting to see ads and the same kind of things you saw pop up for modeling and for getting into the industry from an actor standpoint. What about that?
Voiceover, there are some voiceover websites. Voice 123, I'm not affiliated or sponsored by any of these people, so do not come after me.
Got it. Fair. We heard it. Disclaimer. Reached. Received.
There are some websites and you have to pay, I guess, the subscription fee to submit. But you can go to Actors Access, LA Castings, those places, and look for jobs yourself if you don't have an agent. But that's called a breakdown. And so they'll put up whatever audition they need, whether it be commercials, movies, TV, short films, whatever. They'll put it up on the breakdown, say, hey, I need this X, Y, and Z. And sometimes they have voiceover stuff, or you can drop down and edit it so it just has voiceover. But there's stuff out there that you can do, but eventually you're going to need an agent. An agent's the one that's going to get you the job, not get you the job, submit you for the job, and then you have to audition for it, blah, 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 blah. But to get there, you at least have some kind of training because it's a relationship. You know, I'm vouching for you to see if, hey, AT&T, I want you to hire this guy right here. And then you're not trained. And so that makes them look bad. And that makes the AT&T not want to call. You know, you see how the whole thing goes? It's about relationships. So if you're ready beforehand, that just gives you a better opportunity to work more.
Yeah, I get it. From an industry standpoint, speaking about child actors themselves, is it a harder industry and a more dangerous industry today or 15, 20 years ago?
I'm seriously weighing the pros and cons of it.
Mm-hmm.
It has changed for the better in some areas, but now we have social media.
Yeah.
So it's never a point where you can. It's never a point where you can disconnect from the job and be a kid. So mon fils, Silence, sir.
Did you say Mumfries?
No, my son. I'm saying mon fils.
It's French.
Yes.
You whisper in case you were wrong.
Yeah, it's French.
Mumfries. How you say it?
My son. Yes, mon fils.
Speak French. Well, look at that. I'm ready.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
I can't say it because I can't curse, but there's this one internet meme. It's not even a meme. It's a whole little thing where they're playing one of those games, and she has to guess like France, and she keeps saying "oui, oui, be, oui." But you have to see it. I'm gonna link it in the episode description.
It's like when people say "see."
I'm gonna find it for y'all. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
We've been bouncing all day.
Have been
all over the place.
Don't hold this against us.
Over.
Don't hold this against us.
I'm cool. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It works. Yeah, it doesn't give you an opportunity to disconnect because depending on the show, it's in your contract that you have to put up X, Y, and Z promoting the show, depending on what it is. So, and then you have a code of conduct, and then you can't really, like I said, the social media is a beast on its own.
Yeah.
Now, adding fame and work to that as a teenager, it's a lot. So, parents, you gotta be the parent. Like, I can't stress that enough.
I was going to be my next question. What's the advice that you've been a child star and now you're a parent and you've got both experiences? What's your advice to parents of children who want to be or may even be truly starting in the industry? How do they help them to take more your path than some of your counterparts? You
have to have a great communication with your child. You and your child have to know each other. Like, you have to know when your child is tired and be like, okay, you got to let your kid be a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You have to let them have experiences outside of this because this will become your identity.
Mm.
That's one issue. And two, you have to let your child be a child because you're only a child once.
Yep. I could see how some would feel that they've had to grow up and even take over like parental responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's a horrible thing. Would you have let your children do it?
Oh, first off, I have one. Okay.
Be very clear.
Let's be very clear. One and done. Sir.
They're one and done. We can see you in 3 weeks.
Hell no.
And that's not a curse word. You can say that.
I am in the parameters of our agreement. No, he's supposed to be here. I didn't want children.
Would you let him do it?
No.
I think that says a lot.
Not because of my own experience,
right?
But because I know he's not built for it.
Fair.
Mm.
Fair.
Again, going back to what I said before, you have to know your child.
Yeah.
If you don't know your child, you can't see when they're hurting. You can't see when I need mom. Like, you gotta be a parent first. Don't let the lights fool you. Don't let the money and the hype and everything else fool you. That is still a kid at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That is your baby first.
Yeah.
And for the kid, it's gonna be there. Don't get so hyped that you gotta get to the next one and the next one and the next one. Go to the slumber party.
Have fun.
Go to Girl Scouts.
Be a kid.
Be a kid outside of this. You need that balance. I went to the prom. I did go to school. I graduated a year and a half before my class, but I still got a chance to walk with them.
Nice.
I went to Sadie Hawkins, but I did have to choose. Okay, do I go to the Kids' Choice Awards or do I go to my friend's birthday? Like, this is my job.
How often did you choose the friend's birthday party?
The more that one's kind of hard because I didn't have a lot of quote unquote regular friends after I started really working. My bad.
You're all right. That is the loudest ringer. I think I felt it.
It was like Star Wars or something.
That's what it sounded like.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I'm actually jealous because my phone does not ring loud at all. I'd be missing it. You a fan for real, for real.
Yes.
You want to go to the movies with us when we leave? And we going as soon as we leave.
Please don't tip me because I would so do it.
We are going.
Yes. Okay.
But don't have nobody coming up trying to pick me up when I'm peeing.
Right, you be the bodyguard.
Right,
you would be security. You security.
Once again, I don't go alone. No. I have a handful of girlfriends that I still talk to and hang with that aren't in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else, because again, I grew up in it. I went to like a grad night with some other celebrity friends because that was it. I didn't go to my high school reunion. I didn't want to see them.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
I get it.
You guys try to jump me every day after school because you found out I was on TV.
Really?
It's why I graduated a year and a half early. What do I need to be here for?
I'm sorry.
For what? You old, fat, and pregnant. Now bye.
Look, she didn't have nobody in mind when we asked the wild black shit. She had somebody in mind for that one.
Yeah.
That comment was targeted.
That was, yes.
Like, what I need to see you in person for? I can see you on Facebook. That's what you look like. You're sad. You're sad.
She talking direct, and you know who she talking to too.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you are, you felt that one.
No. Like, man. People are funny. People are funny. They want to sit there and pretend like they know you and everything else. Oh, I'm telling you this story.
They just want a piece. They want a piece of that.
Like, okay, maybe I was petty for this, but
whatever it is, I don't think so. They picked you up in the bathroom while you're trying to pee.
Right. It's a whole different lane.
Girl. So what I mean by like people trying to hold on and get a piece of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it went as far as one of the girls that tried to jump me. Of course, we graduated, beyond, moved on, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad somehow got in contact with my mom. They ran into each other, whatever, and was like, "Oh, yeah, your daughter and my daughter were friends," and lied.
Mm-hmm.
Here, take my number so you can give to her. I got a great business idea.
Red flag.
My mama gave him my number.
Come on, mama.
No.
But the way that he hyped up the daughter and I's friendship, she thought, that's one of the girls.
Bamboozled.
Right. So
Led astray, run amok.
I don't blame her for that. But he called. I was like, sir.
Your daughter tried to jump me.
Every day. You a bad parent. Please lose my number.
Did you tell the man?
Yes.
Gave him that real work.
You a bad parent.
Sir.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the worst things. Like, somebody looked at me and be like, you, sir, are a bad parent. I'm not going to fight. I'm probably going to just cry.
I have no problem. You a bad parent. I have said it more than once, more than one person before.
Cool.
Wow.
All right. At the end of the interview, we always turn the mic over to our guest
to
tell our listeners anything that's on your heart to share with them. Anything you want to talk about that we missed. anything you think you need to share, but please tell them how they can get in contact with you, engage with you,
Okay.
follow you on social media, should that be the case.
Yeah. I mean, as far as a closing statement, because we have been
Don't pick her up in the
place.
bathroom. Let her pee in peace.
Please let me pee in peace.
Please.
No, I'm joking.
It's going to be the name of the episode, Peeing in Peace.
Peeing in peace.
Viral.
No, I'm to my parents that have talented kids. Listen to your kid. Support your kid. The arts is a beautiful thing. You're trying to get into this business. You two have to be a team first. Kid, be a kid. Have your fun moments. This will be here. I mean, as you see, I'm still playing in my 20s, and I'm not.
I got you.
So it'll be there. It'll come back to it. And when you get to the point where you're 18 and you can work as an adult and all that other stuff, then go ham, have fun, but have a balance. I'm so thankful for the balance. I'm so thankful that my mom and I were like, we were each other. It was us. Of course, we didn't know what we were doing, but that relationship and my faith, that's what kept me sane. That's what kept me safe. But have that balance. Have fun. Be a kid. The money will come and go, but your kid and you and your kid's relationship is more important.
I love it. I love it.
Where you can find me, I am on social media. All of my handles are the same. Only one, Giovanni. And that's Giovonnie. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is Giovanni. Yeah, all of it is Giovanni. And then if you would like my acting classes, you can go to gsactingworkshops.com and you can book classes with myself or any of my colleagues. And I do have a book out if you can't afford the classes. It's a book. It's called All That You Need to Know About Show Business. Shameless plug.
Ain't nothing shameless about it. We get that. Do it.
It is on Amazon.
It's helpful. They need to know what it looks like.
It is. So it's on Amazon if you want just the copy or Kindle version of it. It's there. Or you can go to my website, GiovanniSamuels.com, and you'll get an autographed copy from me. This is a book that goes from getting started to, okay, what do I do when I get the job and I'm on set? So each chapter goes over pretty much the beginning to the end. It's a wrap. So getting an agent. Okay, this is what you should look up for an agent. Getting headshots. Hey, this is what I got for headshots. Oh my God, I got an audition. What do I do? Oh my God, I got the part. What do I do? Like all of those things, it's right here in this book. And then at the end of the book is an actor's dictionary, some language things, because, you know, it's like speaking a foreign language. Like, hey, what does favorite nations mean? Or hey, what is
my favorite nation is Wakanda.
That's
got it right, didn't I?
Not even close.
What's your favorite nation, bro?
Nailed it.
That's what
Mine is Atlanta.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Real talk.
Cool. Actually, favorite nations means everybody gets the same pay.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, like the United Nations.
Right.
I'm just making shit up now.
You can say that. It's in the title. You can say that.
Right.
It's in the title. Right. You're right. You're good. Yeah. So that is what's in this book. And it's just, this is volume 1. I do plan on expanding it, giving more and more information. I'd rather help you than hurt you.
Amen.
So if this is a way to help get some kind of information, and I do talk about, hey, kids, this is what you should do. Hey, parents, this is what you need to look out for. I have that in here as well. So if just to give you some kind of knowledge, because there's no handbook to the industry. There's no one way how to get in. There's no one way to navigate it, but this is clearly a learn on the job.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to sit in the mall till I get discovered.